Hey, Steve and Marc. It's Blanche. My mommy Maire is quarantined right now, and she does not have her face on or her hair on. So she thought she would take a cute video of me saying, "Hi, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Love you guys. Bye bye."
Hi everybody, I'm Mark, and this is Mondays with Mark, and we're on Smokey Steve and Marc, hopefully, one of your favorite YouTube channels. Anyway, how are you? It's super nice to see you. A special welcome to all of our new viewers out there. It's so great to see you. I'm so happy that you decided to stop by, and I hope you stick around a little bit. And a special welcome back to all of our old friends. It is really nice to see you. Mondays with Mark is a time where it's, just you and I. We get to spend a little QT with each other, right? Sometimes we make things, sometimes we plant things, sometimes we eat things. You never know, right? Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. So anyway, how are you doing, really? Is everybody taking care of themselves? Everybody safe and happy, hopefully? I know it's Monday, and you know me. I think Mondays get a bad rap. I do. And not just because it's Mondays with Mark, but I think it's an opportunity to set ourselves up for a fantastic week, right? Gotta stay positive all the time anyway. So, I have a really nice episode for you tonight. I was in the kitchen over the weekend. I was outside over the weekend. I don't know. So I have a couple little clips to show you, but I baked over the weekend. Yes, I did, and I'm going to share something with you in a minute. Yeah, that was a piece of pie. Maybe we'll talk a little bit after I show you it too. I have just realized we haven't had any just real talk for a while. We're always out in the garden or crafting or something. I don't know, but I think we're due for just a one-on-one, just you and I. Does that sound okay? I think it does, actually. Maybe we'll do that. And oh, you lucky ducks! Steven wants to take the day off tomorrow, so you get me again. Mondays with Mark Tuesday edition. Remember we did that once before? No. He has a training that he has to do via Zoom, and it runs into the evening. So so I'm all yours tomorrow again. So we'll see what we come up with. Maybe we'll do some real talk tomorrow. How about that? I think that sounds good. Anyway, why don't we get right into it, okay? So, like I said, I had a really nice weekend. I tried a new crafting technique. I baked, I cooked, and I was in the garden, and I have some of it to share with you now. So, we talked a little bit yesterday. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and I talked just a tad bit about I made Stephen's mother a really nice planter for Mother's Day with the plants that I had grown, and I made a little fairy garden in there too, well, like a gnome garden, really. And I did take a clip of it, and I got some messages that you wanted to see it. So I'll show that to you right now, and let me know what you think, okay? All right, I'll put it in right now. Hold on. Okay, and this is the finished planter railing box, actually, that I made for Stephen's mother for Mother's Day. And in it there are 11 plants, and I think that is just right for this planter. That's part of the guesswork, how many plants to put in. You can very easily put too many, and you can very easily put too few. So in here we have some of our, this is Red Hot Sally right here, Salvia. He'll grow to about a foot. And then we have, of course, the carpets of snow. Those will cover the whole ground part there. And then we have our gnome mixes. Those are really nice. And Bells of Ireland, he'll get to be about 2 feet tall at maturity. But because of the planter, he'll probably won't get that big, probably maybe 18 inches. Anyway, so I added a few little fairy things in there, so she has a little fairy garden going on, like, well, more like a gnome garden. And finally, that's a little gnome house I made out of an old log. So, that's one of the flower planters. And I got one of our planters finished for the steps, and I only put 3 plants, no wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 plants in those. Okay, and there they are. I think it turned out cute. You know what? She really loved it, by the way. She was surprised, and she really liked it. The little I think, if you're making something like that for a gift, or even if you're making it for yourself, the addition of those little, like, gnome garden-y kind of things, I think really draws even more attention to it. You know how much I like miniature things, and I just always love when you look at something and then what, you look at it again and there's little things hidden in there. I love stuff like that. So it did turn out really nice, and I'm gonna put that little clip in with when we do our container gardening video next week. So I'll add that in there. And speaking of, like, planters and gardens and things like that, I tried out a new, it's semi-new crafting for me. I did this years ago, and I think I even mentioned it probably a year ago here on the channel, that I was kind of interested in working with concrete, doing concrete castings, and maybe making a concrete planter out of burlap and things like that. Well, I finally did it over the weekend, and I started real simple. I just bought there's all different types of cement, but I just started with this I got at a craft store. It's to make like a stepping stone, but what I wanted was the concrete mix that was in it without having to buy like a 50-pound bag of it, and it worked out just well. And then I thought, I'm pretty novice when it comes to this, so I thought, I wonder if I could use my candy molds, I wonder if I could use baking tins, blah blah. So I tried them all out as an experiment, and they really turned out well. One of my favorite tins I have in the whole world is this. It's so heavy, and it's a muffin tin of sleeping cats. And I thought, oh my goodness, how cool would it be to have concrete sleeping cats, placed in planters or out in the garden, right? So I tried it, and lo and behold, it worked. Look at how cute these turned out. They really are actually pretty adorable. I think these look so cute. I'm going to put them in my plants in here. And it actually really makes a nice gift, too, for someone to put. Now, I just unmolded them, so they're not finished or anything. But I just wanted to show you how they turned out. And like I said, I rated my candy molds. I have a huge supply of candy molds from when I was real active in baking and stuff. And I made these... this is, I don't know if you can see it, it's a Halloween candy mold, and they're skulls, but what I was interested in was these gravestones. So I made cement gravestones for my Halloween village. Really turned out pretty cool. And there's some skulls in there. There's a little mini skull. But I just wanted to show you how those turned out. But what started all of this was, I thought, I was making the little gnome village in Steven's mom's planter, and I thought, oh my gosh, how I love villages, like mini villages and things, and I thought, how cool would it be to have a concrete mini village out in the rock garden, right? So I had a silicone baking pan, of cottages. Like, I think it's for Christmas, really. I have a couple of these, actually. So I did it, and they turned out so cool. These are cement. And I'll I'll finish them up, and then I'm going to put a little village out in the rock garden made out of concrete. So I thought they really turned out cool, and I was so excited to show you all of these. Really, really, really excited about it, and I'm kind of hooked. I'm kind of into it. I ordered more concrete that's going to be shipped here, concrete mix. So I don't know if anyone's interested in it. I could always make a video on concrete crafting one day. If anybody is a little excited about it, I'll do that for sure if you'd like. I'll wait to hear from you and see what you think, if that'd be cool or not. But I will definitely show you the finished village out in the garden when I'm done with that, for sure. Because I don't know, I get excited over stuff like that, especially something new that I never did before. It was so cool. So it was a nice weekend. I was also baking over the weekend, and I made some delicious Kentucky Derby pie. It turned out, this is decadent. I mean, it's really, really a treat, I have to say. And there's a little story that goes behind it. You know what? I'll tell you that later. So why don't I show you how I made a Kentucky Derby pie, aka almost Toll House pie. Oh yeah, they're almost identical, almost. So anyway, here, I'll put it in here now. This is how you make my version of a Kentucky Derby pie. Hey guys, how are you? So we're in the kitchen again, and today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite recipes, my own version of Kentucky Derby pie. Oh yeah, it's like my favorite dessert of all time. I used to get this at a restaurant years and years ago, and I can't remember what restaurant it was, and I can't find it anywhere at any restaurants today. So we're just gonna make our own, okay? Basically, a Kentucky Derby pie is a chocolate and nut pie in a pastry shell. We're using walnuts today. So let's get started right away. I don't want to take any more time. I'm trying to streamline these videos. Did you like that?
It's very cute.
All right, so get your pencil paper ready. I have everything written down. The ingredients that we're going to make today, we'll make 2 9-inch pies. If you only want to make one, just cut the recipe right in half, okay? So you will need 4 eggs. You will need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, right there. You'll need 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of granulated sugar. I have them together in a bowl there. You're going to need 2 whole cups of unsalted butter, which has been melted and cooled. And you can do that in a microwave. Just do it on 20-second intervals, okay? Because you don't want to burn it. You'll also need 2 cups of your favorite chocolate chips, semi-sweet. I really, really prefer the Ghirardelli brand of the chocolate chips. And then you'll also need 2 cups of chopped walnuts. I prefer them to be chopped really fine like this. I don't like my Kentucky Derby pie to have big chunks of nuts in it. Just my opinion. You do what you want. You also need a pinch of salt and a tablespoon of vanilla. And obviously you'll need 2 9-inch pie crusts. Either store-bought or homemade, either way. A little trick I want to tell you here. I'm going to hang my recipe up here. Little trick I'm going to tell you though, when you're making your pies and you put them in your pie pan, flour the pie pan first, okay? It just helps. I know it says, ungreased and all that. Just put some flour down in there before you put your dough in it, and then crimp the edges. I just did one real quick like that. I tell you, I got to get new pie pans. These are so old. I've made so many pies in those. All right, so let's start. So in my mixer, I already have my 4 eggs, and I mixed them up until they were nice and light and foamy like that, okay? So that part is done. Now we're going to add, you can also do this with a hand mixer too. You don't have to use a stand mixer. To this, while it's running, we're going to add our flour, and it's okay, you can just add it all at once. No problem there. We'll turn it up to there. And you're going to add your sugars, okay? That's all in there. And let that blend pretty well. Give it a beat. You want to get that really, really thoroughly mixed, okay? So, let me move this. Okay, there we go. So let's do that. Turn it up. and beat it for about a minute or so. Just get everything nice and thoroughly incorporated together, okay? At this point, you can also sing to it if you would like. And as you can see, it is turning light in color, and that's exactly what you want it to look like, okay? So, turn your mixer off, scrape down the sides, just like so. Get all that goodness mixed together, just like that. Do not take the chocolate chips. Now I'm short. It's not going to come out right. Okay, so now we're going to add our butter. And I do this by turning it on probably about medium and just adding it like so. All that goodness get in there. I know 2 cups, seems like a lot, but if you've ever had this before, it's totally worth it. Alright, so you just want to blend that all together in there, and it's blending real nice. Move that out of the way. Now to this, you're going to add your vanilla. Now, you might kind of think this recipe sounds a bit familiar. Have you ever had a Toll House pie? Oh yeah, Toll House pies are yummy too. And there's basically no difference between a Toll House pie and a Kentucky Derby pie. The main difference being Kentucky Derby pies have about 2 tablespoons of, well, Kentucky bourbon added to it. We're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla to ours. But hey, if you want to, if you have some bourbon in the house, it adds a really, really nice flavor to it. And our vanilla is added to it. My grandma used to make the Toll House pies. Oh, they were so good. And that's why I said at the beginning, something old, something nostalgic. Oh, Toll House pies are so delicious. All right, so that looks, as you can see, it's all fully incorporated. It looks really, really, really good. Turn it off. Give another scrape down the sides. And that's good, like that. Okay. Aside here, turn it back on, and now we're going to add all the goodness. We're going to add our walnuts and let that incorporate a little, and our yummy chocolate chips. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I'm so excited to have this. Okay. And at this point, you would add your pinch of salt if you didn't already. I had added mine to my flour. You could do it either way, but you definitely want to add that salt in there because we're using unsalted butter. So, all right. So, let's take this decadent bowl of goodness here and show you how yummy this looks. And see how finely chopped those walnuts are? It really incorporates nicely into the batter, in my opinion. I hate getting pies and things that have huge nuts in them. All right, so our batter looks really good. So now all we're going to do is pour it into our shells. So let's here, we'll do this one here. All this out of the way here. All right, so we're going to fill our shells almost to the top. I'll show you here. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. A touch more. All right. Spread it out a little, just like that. Oh, I can even add a little more. No, it rises up. Okay, so and then you just repeat with your other pie shell. But one thing I wanted to tell you, Kentucky Derby pies and Toll House pies actually are notorious for running over. So put a pan underneath where you're going to put your pie shells on the rack below it. And then we're going to pop this baby into the oven, just like that, for 1 hour. That's all there is to it. I'll see you in an hour. Okay, it has been exactly 1 hour, and we're going to take it out of the oven. It smells heavenly in here. Oh, they look good. And they smell good. Yes, perfect. Okay. There's one. We'll get the other one out. All right. There we go. Oh. Okay, so these are done and they look really good. Now what you want to do is let them rest and cool completely before you cut into these. You want them to set, okay? If you cut into them now, it's just gonna all implode and just not be good. So a little tip, if you're a little, afraid that it might not be done, just take, a knife or a toothpick or something and put it in halfway between the center and your crust and stick it in, and it should be clear. Okay? So that's that, and this is our Kentucky Derby pie. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you make one yourself, and I hope it may take you down, I don't know, maybe a memory lane or two. I don't know. It does for me because I remember this as a kid. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye, everybody. Mwah. Pretty cool, huh? It is really, really good. The main difference is really, there's really not a lot of difference, although your true hardcore Kentucky Derby pie people, would say that there's a lot of difference. But there really there isn't. The addition of, using Kentucky bourbon in the recipe obviously is like one of the main differences. But, you can interchange pecans with the walnuts. Tastes just as good. I do prefer the walnuts in this recipe, but I've seen a lot of Kentucky Derby pie recipes where they solely use pecans, and I've also seen them where they don't even chop them up. Now, I don't care for that so much. I do like them really finely ground. I think it makes that's the secret. It makes a really great texture to this pie. So I can't wait and see if any of you guys, I want to take a bite of this right now, but I'm not. I'm not. OMAD. One meal a day. I'll wait. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to have a bite of this. But anyway, so those are like the main differences, of it. And I hope you enjoyed that. And if you noticed in that little clip, I ended, I was like, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking over the last week, here we go. I was was thinking about the channel, and really specifically more Mondays with Marc, and I'm trying to get a little bit better at speaking, and especially in the instructional videos, like the crafting and the gardening and the baking. I'm trying to get better at doing that and making it easier to follow along, and literally shorter, because I can talk. You guys know I can trail off and talk for quite some time. So I was thinking, when I was thinking of the channel, I was thinking that we're in the process of kind of revamping it a little bit, and switching up the playlist and making it a little bit easier to navigate around and find videos that people want to find. We're having trouble ourselves finding old videos when people ask us, hey, where was this at? We've been doing a video a day now for well over a year, and there's a lot of videos to go through, So my thoughts were, I was looking for a venue or a place where I could showcase just crafting, just DIYs, just recipes, things like that. I toyed around with a website or a blog or something like that, and then I came to an idea that I'm going to share with you right now. For example, the clip that I just showed you with the Kentucky Derby pie, my thoughts were I will re-release that video, just that clip, with a little intro to it, as its own video. And then we have playlists that we're setting up, crafting, recipes, garden, so that you can just go into baking and see all of the recipes. And they will be short and just the recipe, just the how-to, because I was, I think it would be good for views, and I think it would be good if somebody wanted to know how to make a Kentucky Derby pie. Well, if they type that in, that video would come up, and it's just that. Right now, if you happen to find this video with this pie in it, you have to watch the beginning and everything that I'm talking about and blah, blah, blah. You know, you got to find it and all that. So I'm thinking this is going to be a good idea. Now, I don't know, the re-release of the videos, they wouldn't be like in place of our daily videos. They would be like, you know, it'll be like a second video that day or something, you know, and they would be shorter and right to the point, and that's all that the video would be. So I'm thinking that would be good, like a baking vlog, you know, a crafting vlog. That's all they would be. And like I said, not to say that I wouldn't put it in videos like today, like the little clips in there. I think I probably should continue to do that in our regular videos, but I think, you know, moving forward, we'll have more shorter videos, straight to the point of what we're making or what we're doing. I think that's a good idea. I'm interested to see what you think. I think that'll be a nice idea. The website, I was looking into websites. I can get free websites or paid for websites, whatever, and then I'm thinking that just adds like another thing to try to keep up with. And it's already a struggle to keep up with daily videos and comments and emails and work a full-time job, and we have a small apartment, and you know, a household too. It just, you know, it's a lot of splitting time, and then I get kind of nuts in my head, you know, so I don't really want to add something to my plate, you know. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that, and I'm really excited to move forward with that too. I think it's going to be a fun thing, and so let me know what you think, okay? So I don't know. I guess that's really all we have to talk about tonight. I guess I am doing a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see. This is probably an hour long. I don't even know. No, I know it's a little bit shorter. So, one thing that I did get a couple comments on yesterday. Marc, it's so nice to see you not apologizing all the time. I worked on it, and I think I'm doing a little bit better. If not, I'm sorry. Just kidding. Anyway, thank you so much for watching tonight. I'm telling you, it was really nice spending time with you this evening. I really do look forward to all of our videos, but especially Mondays with Marc, where we can sit down and just spend some time, just you and I. So anyway, thank you again for watching. Please definitely like, please subscribe, please comment below, share the video, what else? Check us out over on Facebook. I always post all of my recipes and things over on Facebook too. That is SmokeySteveAndMarc, and just shoot us a friend request. I'll accept them all. We're also on Instagram, SmokeySteveAndMarc, and our contact information and our email address is all listed below. And remember, everybody, please stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive, everybody, okay? I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow, actually. All right. See you later.